Hey everyone, Scott with Scottman. We're here to do a driving video today. We are heading northwest, or technically west on M-50 today. Although right now we're running concurrently with Highway 127. Yeah, they're doing a lot of major road work here right now. Because yeah, I just filmed a video on M-50 earlier this year, coming up from Highway 12, I believe, or M52, and all the way into Jackson. So this is basically a continuation of that video. So for about a mile, we're running concurrently with 127. So this is pretty much like the only. So this is the one small portion of M50 that is a freeway. Because yeah, this is the freeway for 127, which of course heads up to Lansing, then up to Mount Pleasant, Clare, and eventually to I-75 south of Grayling. But for this video, we'll be staying on M50, so we're going to get off not this exit, but the next exit which is to continue on M50 to go towards Charlotte. So in this video, we're going from I-94 all the way to I-69, just to the east of Charlotte. So up in here's the exit here. So we got 21 miles to Eaton Rapids and then 32 miles to Charlotte. So for the rest of this video, M50 is going to be generally just a two-lane highway, because we won't be seeing any more freeways in the rest of this video, at least that we're driving on. This is one part of M50 I have not been on before. So M50 goes a long ways, because it starts back in Monroe, Michigan, and it goes all the way to I-96 to the east of the Grand Rapids area, like out near like Lowell, Michigan. It's a pretty nice day out, a little hot though. It's partly cloudy out. My car thermometer is reading 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert this to Celsius, it's an even 30 degrees Celsius. So a little warm out today, and it's also a little humid, because I was walking around Jackson, Michigan for a little bit, and it doesn't take too long until I was starting to sweat a little bit. So I figure today is a good day to film a bunch of driving videos, because I filmed 2 other driving videos earlier today. Because it's a little too hot to go off to do any big adventures, unless I want to start dripping buckets or something. And realizing that, I don't want to say I was behind on driving videos, but I have 3 more videos left to upload, and it's like, especially when I'm trying to plan different travel vlogs, depending on where I'm going, it can be difficult to plan a driving video. So I figure, with it being hot this weekend, it's like, why not just stay in my air-conditioned car and film some driving videos? Although by doing that, I'm on my second GoPro battery. Oh, good timing. It's just turning green now. Okay, so yeah, we're getting out of the whole Jackson, Michigan area now, and we're heading out more into the, I'd say, well, still got some residential neighborhoods over here, but we'll be going more to the countryside of Michigan. Yeah, what's going on here? It's like he's practically, oh, there's a tree down. Must have had like a storm or something last night or something. Either that or trying to tear a tree down. So, yeah, they're Have to wait. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I get somebody guiding traffic. Like, I'm wondering if this just happened or something. Maybe although that tree did not look dead at all. It's like all I could think of was got weakened by some thunderstorms in this past week or something, and decided to give out moments ago. Because with that being on a pretty big highway, this M-50 is not a huge highway or anything. It's not like it's on over an interstate or a major U.S. highway, but M-50 still, it's like the main corridor the direct road which goes between Jackson and Eaton Rapids and Charlotte. So I think that must have happened not too long ago. But it's nice that we were at least able to get through on the shoulder like that. So otherwise, I would have canceled this video. Yeah, that looked like a huge tree, so that's gonna be there for a while, at least for much of the day. What's nice is I don't think it was dangling over power lines. I could be wrong about that, but if not, then yeah. But it shouldn't take a ton of time to clean it out. But again, it is a big tree. It's gonna take a while to cut up the whole tree and get the road all clear. But yeah, the rest of the day should be nice though. We're not supposed to see any thunderstorms or anything like that the entire day. It was nice though to see a bunch of rain the past few days though, just because there are parts of Michigan that have been in a little bit of a drought lately. It's like the first half of the year started very wet, but then all of a sudden the weather pattern changed and we started seeing a lot less rain, so most of the summer's been very dry. Although nowhere near as close to the droughts out in the western part of the U.S., but could affect crops a little bit though. But yeah, we'll say, yeah, this is, I don't want to say heavily wooded because this isn't like a forest or anything, but definitely a lot of trees along in the stretch of M-50. So yeah, with filming 3 driving videos today, this will allow me to have a bunch of driving videos lined up for the coming weeks. So that way if I don't get a chance to film another driving video for another 2 or 3 weeks or something, it's not like I have to try to struggle to get something filmed. I haven't talked about sports a whole lot lately. Like back in some of my older driving videos, I used to talk about that almost in every video, but I haven't as much lately. But I know right now it's the middle of the summer and there's not a lot of sports really going on right now. It's mainly just baseball, like the Major League Baseball. Because I know right now with baseball, of course, there's still a couple months left of it until we get to the postseason. But it's like I know there's a lot of teams that are playing very well right now, like the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Houston Astros, and even the New York Mets are even doing very well too. And then teams that are not doing so well, like the Chicago Cubs. Cubs. Like I got to see a Cubs game when I was in Chicago back in 4th of July weekend, which I went to a game where the Cubs did win, so it was really nice to see a home victory at Wrigley Field. And then the Detroit Tigers, which is the team from where I am from, the Tigers aren't doing very well either. But yeah, it's like overall, like all the Detroit sports teams have been pretty bad lately. Like all 4 of them: the Tigers, the Pistons, Red Wings, and the Lions. Although I will say though, the Red Wings did pick up some good players during the off season so far. So I know General Manager Steve Yzerman, who used to be, of course, legendary captain for the Red Wings, who ended up being the general manager after he retired, became the general manager for the Tampa Bay Lightning, helped rebuild their team, and then after he left, then the Tampa Bay Lightning won 2 straight Stanley Cups in a row, and then they almost won a 3rd one back in June, but they ended up losing to the Colorado Avalanche. So like right now, you have Steve Yzerman's the general manager of the Red Wings, and there's been a lot of praise on the players that he's picked up, like, either whether it's in trades or especially with the NHL draft. So it's like I don't think the Red Wings will win the Stanley Cup or anything this next year, but I think they have a good chance of having a much better season than the last quite few seasons. And it would be really nice if they could even make it into the playoffs, and then maybe in a couple years they could win some Stanley Cups again. Although I will say this, I gotta get around this truck. He's going really slow, but there's a lot of cars coming, so I'm pretty much stuck. As we saw just a minute ago, that one car got around him, but of course things are looking a lot better for him, and he's showing it. Oh, he's turning anyway. It's like, I don't know why this is a pass where you can pass here, because you're partially blinded up ahead. Because it's like if he wasn't turning here, I could try to go around, and in my luck, a car would be coming right at me. Well, anyway, so it'll be interesting to see what the Red Wings do. But, however, the Colorado Avalanche, they have won 3 Stanley Cups so far. One back in 1996, the first year after the team moved from Quebec City, and they moved to Colorado, or well, specifically to Denver. They won the Stanley Cup, and then they won again, I think, in 2001. And then they just won it this year. A little fun fact, the season after the Colorado Avalanche has won the Stanley Cup, the Detroit Red Wings have won the Stanley Cup. So I wonder if that'll mean the Red Wings will win the Stanley Cup this next year. That'd be awesome, although I don't see that happening. Because I think the Red Wings are still rebuilding. I think they'll be a lot better this next year, to where they're getting close to being back to being big time playoff contenders again. But it's like I almost want to give it one more year. So let's just say I think there's a higher chance of the Colorado Avalanche winning 2 Stanley Cups in a row, winning a second Stanley Cup this next season, than the Red Wings to win a Stanley Cup this next season. But yeah, I might try to go to maybe to a Red Wings game or something this upcoming season. And then for the other teams with the Pistons and the Lions. Like, I don't even know what's going on with the Pistons team. Because this last season, the Pistons were absolutely horrendous. Kind of like the Tigers, they've been struggling with rebuilding their team. Now, one team that'd be interesting to watch would be the Lions. It's like I don't want to have any hopes for the Lions or anything, because I could be like, this might be their year, and then of course I'll be disappointed. So I should go into the season, the NFL season, saying that the Lions are not going to do very well this year, and then be surprised when they make it to the playoffs or something. But yeah, we'll find out though. Because yeah, the NFL season, I think preseason starts this next week. And then in a few weeks from now, the regular season will officially begin. So it'll be nice to have some additional sports on TV other than just baseball. Because when it comes to baseball, that's like, I've never gotten into watching baseball on TV unless it's like the World Series or something. Because it just drags on when you're just watching it on TV. But if you're at a game though, it's a whole different ball game. No pun intended. To where it's like when you're experiencing a baseball game in person, it's like there's so much thrills because it's like you're with the crowd and you're cheering on the home team, or potentially the away team if you like the away team better. Although it's like I feel like anytime you go to a ball game, it's like unless your team is playing as the away team, it's like you always have to cheer for the home team. That's what I did when I went to the Cubs games. Like when the Cubs play the Red Sox, I was rooting for the Cubs to win. Or like with the NFL, it's like even though I'm a Lions fan, let's say I went to a Green Bay and Chicago game at Lambeau Field, I'd be cheering on for the Packers. Because there's just so much energy when you're cheering on the home team. And I will say I'm not a Green Bay Packers fan, but if I go to a Packers game at Lambeau Field and the Lions aren't playing, I'd probably be rooting for the Packers. And we are now leaving Jackson County, entering Eaton County, and we are now at the intersection with M-99. So we make a left turn at M-99, that'll take us south down to Albion, which I even did a video down in Albion earlier this year. So now we're running concurrent with M99, and we're on our way up to Eaton Rapids. So we have 6 miles to go till we get to Eaton Rapids, and then 17 miles to Charlotte. We're not going to be going all the way into Charlotte because this video will be ending at I-69, which is just to the east of Charlotte. I think I already mentioned that earlier in the video, but here, go ahead and re-emphasize that. I think the hockey season starts up in October. And then the NBA, I don't know if that's September or early October as well. And then I was talking about the NFL. And then there's also college football too. College football will be starting up in a few weeks too. Whereas like, yeah, the Michigan Wolverines had a very impressive year this past season where they made it in the college football playoff, which was very, very impressive. Like, they even beat Ohio State too, despite the fact that Ohio State for the past couple decades has had the much better team than Michigan. But yeah, with the Big Ten, it's like Michigan's supposed to be pretty good. I know they lost a lot of key starters, like I know like Aiden Hutchinson, who was in the running for the Heisman Trophy this past year. He's in the NFL and he's playing for the Lions, funny enough. Because yeah, he was drafted by the Lions during the NFL draft back in late April. Michigan should be pretty good, I would think, this year. Although, it's hard to say how well they'll do. But they don't necessarily have to have the best team in college football to be champions. But, of course, in the Big Ten, though, it's like Ohio State is going to be really good, too, this year. Because, yeah, the Buckeyes have always had impressive football teams, especially in the past 2 decades. And then, heck, even Michigan State is, I think, will do pretty well, too, because, yeah, Mel Tucker's doing a great job coaching the Spartans. He had a rough first year, but then again, that was during the beginning of that big pandemic year where they had a lot of pandemic protocols they had to follow, and it was messing up the season a little bit. So it's kind of an off year that year. But like last year, it's like Michigan State, they were not predicted to do very well, but they end up playing very well. Well, heck, I think Michigan's only regular season loss was to Michigan State. And of course, there are teams in the Big Ten too. It's like you got Penn State, you got Illinois, Indiana. I'm not going to name them all. There's a whole bunch. Wisconsin, Iowa. And what's interesting is that I think I forgot if it's next year or 2024. I think 2024. It's like you got USC and UCLA coming in. Which is going to be weird how the Big Ten Conference, it's going to have teams from coast to coast, because you got Rutgers, which is over in New Jersey, and then you're going to have USC and UCLA, which are out in the LA area. And there's even rumors that the Big Ten might even add some more teams more schools into the conference in the coming years too. It's like the Big Ten and the SEC are like the 2 power-hungry conferences in the United States when it comes to college football. Eaton Rapids, because we're starting to see a little bit of a change of scenery here. So we got a Chevrolet dealership here. Yep, sign for Eaton Rapids Industrial Park off to the right, and we are now in the city limits of Eaton Rapids, and of course I get stopped at a traffic light. Okay. Just all the luck. Thankfully, the traffic light didn't last very long. So we are going through Eaton Rapids, and a little fun fact, I even did a video in Eaton Rapids back in, I think it was 2018. So it's been a few years since I've been in here. I don't think I've been to this part of Eaton Rapids, because I think I only walked around the downtown area. I don't think I came down to the southern part. Holy moly, $3.58 for gas. So, if I was saying that a year ago, I'd be like, that's quite expensive. But with how expensive our gas prices have been, that's the lowest gas price I have seen since, I think, April. Or $3.51. It's like, that's impressive. Yeah, we're about to enter downtown Eaton Rapids in just a minute here. Yeah, Eaton Rapids is a nice little city. I remember when I did the video here, I had a really enjoyable time walking around here. Got a nice church there. Okay, up here comes the downtown area. Didn't have to stop at that. downtown business district. Oh, Mark's Place. I remember going there to eat. Mark's Place had some really good food. It's really nice to see that they're still open for business. It's always great to see restaurants I went to a few years ago that they're still doing well. Okay, so here's where M99 branches off of M50, which M99, if you go to the right, M99 continues north toward Lansing. But we're going to stay on M50 and we're going to head over to Charlotte, which we got like to I-69, we have like another 10 miles to go. So yeah, going back to the sports talk, yeah, I'm just glad that in a few weeks from now, it's like excluding NFL preseason, and of course along with baseball, like there'll be a lot more things on TV again when it comes to sports. Because yeah, it's always, once you get to the end of August, then there's always some sport, a lot of different sports stuff on TV all the way until pretty much my birthday, which is in early June. And then some other sporting events that be coming up too. Not for a while, but the World Cup's going to be coming up this year because yeah, it's every 4 years. The last one was back in 2018. We had the last World. I forgot who won the 2018 World Cup. All I remember is that was held in Russia. Where this year it's going to be held in Qatar in the Middle East. So that'll be fun to watch it late November and then going to December. So that'll be fun to watch, and then of course next year is 2023, so there won't be any Olympics next year. So we had the Winter Olympics back in February in China. And then yeah, the Summer Olympics won't be till 2024. But still, there should be some exciting stuff coming up. Starting to see a little bit of a slowdown up ahead. So yeah, now we're starting to get to some farmland here, and yeah, it's looking like it's not as hilly here as it was earlier in the video. But it is fun to drive on these different state highways, especially on the highways which you normally don't get to drive on because you're usually on a freeway getting from one place to another. So although I've been to Eaton Rapids before, but yeah, I've not been on this road before, so it's really cool to experience it for the first time. This video, it's like, yeah, one of these days I do need to film a video not only in Jackson but also in Charlotte as well too. I should do videos in both cities at some point. Won't be today because it's a little too hot out, but I might off camera I'm going to drive around Charlotte for a little bit, and then I'm going to start heading back toward Metro Detroit. I haven't mentioned about my work lately. Yeah, it's been pretty busy. Because, yeah, it's like, yeah, I still don't understand why we're not fully remote, just because I work in IT. It's like you can do technological stuff online these days, unless you're working on a server or something. But then again, a lot of people moving to the cloud. So, because, yeah, we just moved into a new office suite 2 weeks ago, so we had to do a lot of setting up of all of our technology equipment. Which, like, I don't really understand it, because, like, yeah, because our lease from our previous suite was up, so, like, we could have easily gone fully remote, so that way I could do a lot more traveling, and so I'm not limited just to being in Michigan. Although during the summertime and the fall, Michigan's a great place to be. So it's like, so it's not like if I could be fully remote, I'm moving away from Michigan permanently. I could change my mind later, but right now it's out of the question. Because Michigan is still such a fantastic state. Lots of cool things to see and do here. Although, unless you love skiing and snowmobiling or snowboarding, winter can be kind of a drag here. So it's like during the winter time, it'd be a good idea for me to be able to be maybe like in the southern part of the United States, out in Texas or Florida, Alabama, or even in Tennessee. Like areas down the southern part of the United States. Or in South Carolina, don't forget, South Carolina is beautiful. That way have some warmer weather in the winter, and I can go off and have some different adventures. Where a lot of times in the winter time, I'm trying to stay warm. Because sometimes it might be too cold to even venture out. Although I will say the past 2 winters have not been all that bad. Left to go in this video, maybe like a couple miles, because I'm already starting to, because I think we're getting close to I-69. It'd be a good idea for me to go into Charlotte briefly anyway, because the entrance ramp to I-69 going north is closed. So it's like I'll have to go into downtown Charlotte anyway, off camera. And then at some point I'll have to film M-50 going west from I-69 and going all the way up to where it ends at I-96 to the east of Grand Rapids. I don't know when I'll get to that though. I'll play it by ear though. A huge grain elevator off to the left there. Yeah, this was such a nice drive though. I got a nice drive here. And yeah, up over that way, that's gonna be the interchange with I-69. So we're almost to the end of the video. So yeah, this would be good that I filmed a bunch of different drive videos today. So now I have a nice queue of drive videos to edit and then also to upload. limits of Charlotte. And there's a Meyer off to the right there too. Alright, so this has been M-50 West going from I-94 near Jackson over to I-69 in Charlotte, Michigan. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join me for the venture, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott of the Scottman signing out here from Charlotte, Michigan.